Time now for our rants and raves of the week, starting with you, Dan.
I have a rant for a proposed acquisition. Actually, it seems like it's going to happen. That Comcast is going to scoop up DreamWorks for $3.8 billion. This is exactly the sort of vertical integration that antitrust law used to prohibit. You go back to the 1920s, movie studios couldn't own movie theaters because they would favor their own content. Well, that horse left the barn a long time ago. I suppose this doesn't really set any precedents, but it's still a very bad business to allow these gigantic conglomerates that combine, in the case of Comcast and DreamWorks, programming, theme parks, your broadband connection, your cable connection, NBC. There should be some separation so that they're not all put together, and then Comcast can talk about manipulating the news feed. Comcast will be able to manipulate what you see.
Well, they're all heading in this direction. We reported with CBS getting rid of all of its radio stations. They're all heading in this movie conglomeration direction. They want content in the movie for obvious reasons.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, where are we next? Callie, you.
I have a rave and a tiny little bit of a rant, but mostly rave for Sunday Today with Willie Geist. They announced that this Willie Geist would anchor the program. It's been a traditional weekend show with a team that I love. I love the team, but I love Willie Geist. Willie Geist is great. He's great at serious. He's great at lightweight stuff, and he has enough of gravitas to go from thing to thing, so you feel comfortable. So they've tried to make it a comfortable setting, a little weekendy, but the little teeny bit of a rant I like, there's a piece of it that's been made to look like some of the Sunday talk shows. I know why they want to use more of him. I get that. But I don't want to. I can see the Sunday talk shows later. I don't want to see that in my Sunday show with him. But right out of the gate, the first show did a really good behind the scenes with Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Aaron Burr in Hamilton. And I know you've seen a lot of pieces about Hamilton. This was really, really well done. So they're putting the resources behind him. He's fabulous. It's on in the morning at 7 o'clock on Sunday.
7 o'clock on Sunday?
You're
it's
watching
8 o'clock. Maybe it's 8 o'clock on Sunday.
I'll set my timer right
8 o'clock on Sunday. I'm right. I'm correcting myself. I love it.
Okay, I got a viewer tip for the other end of the day, because I have an ongoing rave for Samantha Bee, who has she is the woman on late night TV right now. She's come at just the right time. She's got an amazing persona. She's kind of a combination of Jon Stewart and her Daily Show persona, where she'll go out and interview people. She'll do these great reported, produced pieces, and she just does the most delicious rants. She did a piece on where she interviewed Trump voters that was not completely unbiased, but really telling and hilarious. She did a great rant on Harriet Tubman and a lot of the white men who were very upset about being unseated from the $20. Another white man unseated from a bill, and it's so nice to hear some of that coming from a woman as opposed to a man on behalf of women. So I'm glad she's there.
Yes, good. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll talk about the extremes there. 7 a.m. What time's she on?
Oh,
midnight?
God, 11 or 10. Late. TBS.
All right, where are you, Adam?
All right, I want to rave for the Globe's Nestor Ramos, who's been filling in while the paper looks for a new permanent restaurant critic. He, remember, wrote that piece about Union Oyster House that caused a big controversy a while back, and he followed it up. I don't know if there was anything in between, but over the weekend, I read a piece he wrote about, I think it's pronounced Reno's Place in East Boston, and it was just such a good read. I was about to use an obscenity on
it. It appeared in the paper on Wednesday.
It was incredible. Was it there? Okay, I read it on the weekend. Incredibly well written, and it was this great combination of restaurant review and sort of gentle takedown of Guy Fieri, the TV persona.
It's so satisfying.
Who made this restaurant really popular, or even more popular by featuring it. Honestly, the pieces that Nestor Ramos is writing, doing food, have become really, really quickly my favorite things to read in this media market. So I don't know how many more he's going to do.
I was actually stunned to see it.
People should rush to read them whenever they come out.
I have a friend
They're
who
fabulous.
actually does my hair who lives across the street from Reno's.
Oh, really?
And he was telling me the whole thing about how it's right there. He says, I can't get in. I can't get in. He says, oh no. And then when he sees this thing, he says, now I'm done forever. I'll never get in.
I really got a kick out of his Union Oyster House piece. I'm going to have to go back and read this.
Were you here when we...
Yes.
I felt a little bad about that. I felt bad for Joe.
For Guy Fieri?
Yeah,
Oh, the Union Oyster.
No one feels bad for Guy Fieri.
I feel bad for Joe Marino, and I apologize to Joe because we said some snarky things that shouldn't have said about his restaurant. Anyway, I have a rave tonight for the New England Patriots and their clever use of an avatar on the evening of the draft. And they put this up on the Twitter feed and on Instagram. No words need be spoken because, as everybody knows, the Patriots lost their first draft because of the Deflategate thing. And it just was a silent.
Their first round pick, right?
First round pick, sorry.
Don't destroy a cell phone.
You see, they've hired Ted Olson to continue the appeal.
I saw they got Ted Olson.
Yeah.
Which,
That's big time.
I know, that is big time. We'll see if that goes anywhere, though. I'm not so sure that it will. All right, that's it for our show. Tell us what you think. Email us, tweet us, or leave a comment. We're always on at beatthepress.org.